Earth was safe, or so the Avengers thought, until Spider-Man cracked an alien message and saw one name, Carol Danvers. Doctor Strange read the script and froze. This is a death bounty from the Zareth Empire. No one knew what that was. But Captain Marvel did. She'd met them years ago. Made a secret deal. Don't touch Earth. I'll protect your truth. No Avengers. No Council. Just her. Now that secret was unraveling, fast. Tony's old satellite logs showed her warping to a hidden sector alone. Fury tried to cover it up. Too late. The Council saw everything. And when they confronted her, she said nothing. The Avengers Tower was quiet. Too quiet. Captain Marvel stood alone in the Council chamber, her arms crossed, her jaw set like stone. Across the room, Sam Wilson paced, frustration carved into every step. Black Panther sat still, calculating. Wanda Maximoff leaned against the wall, her eyes flickering red. Even Bruce Banner looked up from the glowing tablet, his expression unreadable. Then the screen came on. It was a satellite feed, dusty, glitchy, showing a lone figure floating in space, surrounded by a red nebula. The figure was unmistakable, Carol Danvers. The timestamp read 4 months ago. No one spoke. Explain, Sam said sharply, breaking the silence. Carol didn't flinch. I don't need to. Really, Bruce scoffed. Because that location? It's Zareth space. You warped into a region banned by 3 galactic peace treaties. And you didn't tell any of us, Wanda added coldly. Still, Captain Marvel said nothing. Thor stepped forward, Mjolnir in hand. When did secrecy become nobility, Danvers? Did Asgard miss a meeting? Look, she finally spoke, calm but cutting. I didn't go there as an Avenger. I went there to stop a war. That lit the room on fire. A war you caused? Banner shouted, slamming the tablet onto the table. The Zareth are hunting Earth now because you made a backdoor deal. Sam's voice cut through. Did you promise them Earth would stay out of galactic affairs? Did you silence us in exchange for peace? Carol's silence was the answer. They approached me during the Kree War, she said finally. I saw their power. They destroy civilizations preemptively for future balance. I made a deal. Earth stays quiet, they stay away. You gave them our silence, Chala said, rising. But what did they give you? A delay, she said. Time. Time for what? Wanda asked. To prepare, she answered. You think Earth is ready for what's out there? You can barely handle each other. The insult hung heavy in the air. Sam folded his arms. So instead of trusting us, your team, you handed our future to an alien empire? I protected you, she snapped. You have no idea what I've seen. Zareth Tech is 50 years ahead of anything Stark ever dreamed of. If I hadn't stepped in, they would have come anyway, Bruce interrupted. You didn't stop anything. You just made us blind. The room pulsed with tension. Thor's voice dropped low. Do you trust them now? Carol hesitated. That's what I thought, Thor said, stepping back. A low beep sounded. Doctor Strange entered through a portal, cloak fluttering behind him. Too late, he said. They've already arrived. Everyone turned. Strange conjured a projection in the air. Earth's moon, shimmering, bending. And then a ripple. A massive cloaked structure, previously hidden, now fully visible. A Zareth observation vessel, Strange confirmed. They're not preparing for peace. Carol's fists clenched. I warned you, she whispered. They were never going to keep the deal. Sam walked forward, his voice now steady. And you never gave us a chance to prepare. The council room dimmed. The emergency red lights flared. Protocol Sigma 9 engaged. Potential planetary threat detected. Everyone looked at her. But this time, not as an ally. As a threat. Council vote, Black Panther said. Wait, she began. But it was already in motion. Each hero stepped forward to cast their vote. Holographic emblems lighting up one by one. Crossmark Sam Wilson, guilty of concealment. Crossmark Wanda Maximoff, betrayed trust. Crossmark Bruce Banner, compromised defense integrity. Crossmark Thor, unworthy of counsel. Crossmark Black Panther, removed by protocol. Strange paused, then added, her actions endangered Earth's arcane defenses. Crossmark vote, expel. Carol stared at them, her former family, as the Council's AI sealed the verdict. Captain Marvel is hereby expelled from the Avengers Council, effective immediately. A small drone flew in, scanning her ID chip. Her access was revoked. Her suit dimmed as the core systems disconnected from StarkNet. Her permissions, flight zones, teleportation grids, shield controls, wiped. She didn't move. No apology. No plea. Only words. "You've made Earth vulnerable," she said quietly. "The Zereth don't forgive betrayal." She stepped forward, past the council, head high. "I was trying to save you from a war." Sam didn't look back. "Now you've started one." And she was gone. Outside Earth's orbit, the moon ripples again. The cloaked Zereth vessel opens. Inside, thousands of small spherical drones activate, scanning, multiplying. One alien commander turns to the others and says, "Begin Phase 1. Earth is unprotected." New York, 3 hours after Captain Marvel's expulsion. A strange vibration buzzed through the sky. It wasn't thunder. It wasn't an earthquake. It was every screen in Times Square flickering at once, in the same pattern, like Morse code, but from space. Wanda stopped mid-air above the city. Her magic crackled without command. Something's wrong. Then the clouds tore open, not from lightning, from light itself. A ring of glowing, chrome-like drones descended, each the size of a van, spinning with a low-frequency hum that vibrated the bones of every human within a mile. And then they duplicated. One drone became two. Two became four. A geometric infection, multiplying with zero resistance. Within minutes, Manhattan was crawling with them. Inside Avengers Tower. "Where the hell is that energy signature coming from?" Bruce shouted, slamming keys on the console. "It's not coming from anywhere," Dr. Strange said, conjuring a spell that glitched in midair. "It's phased. They're attacking from between dimensions." Just like Carol warned. Sam's jaw tightened. "We made a mistake." Before anyone could respond, a SHIELD emergency call came through. "This is Commander Hill. The Zereth drones have breached 5 cities, simultaneously. Manhattan, Tokyo, Nairobi, London, and Cairo. Shields offline. Conventional weapons aren't working." Thor hurled Mjolnir straight into one drone from the tower balcony. It vaporized and reformed in 2 seconds. Same drone. Same hum. Unstoppable. Meanwhile, in Cairo, a mother screamed as her daughter was lifted into the air by a glowing web of energy. The Zereth drones weren't just attacking. They were collecting. Humans, animals, devices, entire cars. All floated upward into a growing shadow above the clouds, a Zereth harvester. Dr. Strange opened another portal. "This is an invasion," he said grimly. "It's extraction. They're farming Earth." Back in the Council war room, Chalia's AI projected world maps. Red zones were spreading like ink in water. "They've disabled our satellites. StarkNet is compromised. Wakandan shields are next." Sam turned to Bruce. "How long until containment breach?" Bruce didn't answer. He just looked at the red lights, spreading faster than he could calculate. "We need Carol," Wanda said suddenly. The room fell silent. "She warned us. She faced them alone before. She's the only one who understands their weapons, their patterns." Sam slammed his fist. "We expelled her. She's cut off. She's still on Earth," Chalice said quietly. "She hasn't left. Not yet." Wanda closed her eyes, reached out with her chaos magic, searched, felt a pulse, distant, but burning like a sun. "She's at the Mojave Desert. Alone." Mojave Desert. Captain Marvel stood in the sand, eyes closed, fists glowing. She wasn't meditating. She was listening. The Zereth had begun their cleansing. Earth was stage 1. But she wasn't ready to stop them. Yet. Not until they struck first. Suddenly, a figure appeared through a red portal. "Wanda." "Carol, we were wrong." Captain Marvel opened her eyes, no emotion on her face. "Took you long enough. They're not just invading. They're extracting life. It's a purge." "I told you," she said. "The Zereth don't take prisoners. They take patterns. DNA, behavior, thought systems, everything collapses into their archive. Wanda walked closer. Then help us stop them. Before Earth becomes data. In orbit, high above Earth, the Zereth Overseer stared into the growing archive, a swirling sphere of energy filled with extracted memories, emotions, entire human cities compressed into glowing data threads. Resistance is inefficient, the AI said in ancient galactic tongue. Begin the protocol, world collapse. Below, massive drones rearranged themselves into planetary pillars. They were beginning Earth's molecular rewrite. Time was running out. The return of the binary star. Suddenly, the Mojave sky exploded in gold and blue. Captain Marvel rose from the desert like a nuclear sun, hair blazing, aura vibrating the air. Her binary form had returned, but this time stronger. Her voice echoed without sound. Get away from my planet. Within seconds, she broke the sound barrier. Then light speed. Then something faster. In one move, she streaked across the globe, through New York, Tokyo, London, destroying over 1,200 Zereth drones without slowing down. But they kept multiplying. Then she did something Earth had never seen. She split. A shock wave burst from her core, and a second Captain Marvel formed beside her. A photonic projection of herself. Then a third. A fourth. Each one attacked in different cities, a living army of light. Inside the council room, the Avengers watched in stunned silence as the world map turned from red to blue, drone locations vanishing one by one. Chala spoke first. She's not fighting them. She's rewriting their code. Bruce gasped. She's using quantum disruption. She's not destroying them. She's corrupting the archive itself. Sam looked down. Regret was written all over his face. We misjudged her. Badly. Above the Earth, the Zereth Overseers' glowing eye dimmed. Their code, once perfect, now looped endlessly, rewriting itself into nonsense. They had never lost a planet before. They had never faced her. One final command was sent. Retreat. Archive corrupted. Entity incompatible with preservation. Earth is anomalous. And just like that, the massive harvester ships vanished. The drones turned to dust. The sky returned to blue. Avengers Tower balcony. Carol landed, slowly, the glow around her dimming. Sam, Wanda, Strange, Bruce, and Chala stood waiting. No applause. No words. Just silence. You saved us, Sam finally said. Carol looked out at the horizon. No. I delayed them. Again. She turned around. But next time, you don't get to vote me out. And she flew off. The skies had cleared. Earth had been spared. Or so they thought. In a sealed shield bunker beneath Wakanda, scientists analyzed the debris left by the Zereth drones. Most of it had vaporized, but not all. One tiny shard remained. A fragment of obsidian black metal, pulsing softly. Alive. What is this? Whispered the lead researcher. The metal twitched, then blinked, and the lights in the lab cut out. Across the world, the Avengers tried to return to normal, but paranoia lingered in every hallway. Sam paced the tower command center. She said they'll come back, he muttered. Bruce nodded, staring into the holographic display of Earth's atmosphere. They will, but this time we might not know how. Thor gripped Stormbreaker. Then we stay ready. But something felt wrong. Wanda sat alone in her quarters. She hadn't slept. Her dreams were glitching, literal static. Each time she closed her eyes, she saw the Zereth archive. Not the ships, not the tech, the memories, the way they floated and whispered. She told herself it was trauma. But then the mirror cracked on its own, and her eyes briefly flashed black. Meanwhile, deep inside the tower's lower deck, Chala ran a system integrity sweep. He was checking for tracking signals, trace code, anything. Just in case. His AI beeped. One signal detected. Origin unknown. Buried beneath Starknet firewall. Location, he asked. Inside. Avengers Tower. Subnet 12. Subnet 12 was a sealed utility zone. No external access. No cameras. No files. Chala narrowed his eyes. Who's been down there? The AI paused. Then answered. Wanda Maximoff. Doctor Strange hovered above the sanctum, searching for anomalies. But every spell he cast distorted midway, then looped back on itself. Like the code was broken. His reflection shimmered unnaturally in the window. Suddenly, a crimson rune lit up in the air, but it wasn't his magic. It was Wanda's. And it was glitching. He frowned. Something's rewriting her power. Bruce was the first to confront her. You've been off, he said gently, approaching her in the meditation chamber. I'm tired, Wanda replied, not looking at him. I ran a scan, he continued. Your neurofrequency has changed. It's oscillating like theirs. She turned slowly, eyes glowing, but not red. They pulsed black. I tried to fight it, she whispered. But it's still in me. Bruce stepped back. What is? Her hands began to shake. The archive. A piece of it is inside me. Flashback. As the drones disintegrated, one small shard zipped toward her, too fast to see. Too small to detect. It pierced her aura, bypassed her shields. She screamed. But the light masked the pain. No one noticed. Present. Bruce hit the alarm. Code black. Corruption event. Sirens screamed through the tower. Thor crashed through the wall in seconds. What happened? She's infected. Bruce shouted. It's the archive. It's rewriting her. Wanda backed away, crying. I didn't want this. Suddenly, her body glitched. Like a broken hologram. She split into 3 shadows. Then merged again. Her chaos magic turned on itself. Walls bent. Gravity reversed. And her scream shattered glass across 3 floors. Sam arrived with Chala. We need containment. But she was already floating midair, trembling, face caught between terror and rage. I don't want to hurt you. The lights flickered. But I don't know how to stop it. Bruce whispered to Sam. It's not just a virus. The archive, it's learning. Through her. Then the worst happened. She disappeared. Not teleported. Not flown. Just gone. No trace. No energy. No signal. Just gone. The council met again, this time underground. Dr. Strange looked haunted. If the archive embedded itself into her, then it has access to our thoughts, our magic, our tech. Chala nodded. She's a walking data breach. She's more than that, Sam said. She's a ticking bomb. What if the Zareth left her behind on purpose? Bruce added. A backdoor. A sleeper. Everyone fell silent. Then a new voice echoed through the chamber. I warned you. Carol stood in the shadows. Not angry. Just tired. She's not the enemy, she said. But if you keep treating her like one, she'll become something worse. Then the wall behind them ripped open. Not by force, by logic breaking. A swirling vortex of shattered memories formed, glowing with Zareth symbols. Images from Wanda's past flashed through the air. Her childhood, Sokovia, vision, and then blank static. She was in there, trapped inside her own memories. And something else was watching. A black shape. Faceless. Endless. Learning. Mimicking. Waiting. Back on Earth's surface. A child stared up at the sky. Clouds shifted. And for a split second, the moon blinked. The sky turned red at dawn. Not from sun. From code. Strings of glowing Zareth script appeared above major cities, suspended in the clouds like ancient warnings. They blinked in sequence. A countdown. No one knew what it meant. But one person had a feeling. She's trying to communicate, Carol said, staring at the sky from a rooftop in Wakanda. Or something inside her is. In the council bunker, Bruce worked overtime. Every pulse, every pattern, it's coming from her mind, he said, pacing. But it's not her memories. It's Zareth formatting. Sam leaned forward. You're saying Wanda's become a transmitter? Bruce nodded. And a receiver. Receiver for what? He didn't answer. Instead, he showed them the latest scan. A 3D model of Wanda's neural map, except parts of it were missing. Replaced with blacked-out data blocks. Alien code written over her brain. She's being overwritten. Dr. Strange hovered above the ruins of Sokovia, Wanda's last known emotional anchor. He closed his eyes, trying to reach her through the astral plane. What he found wasn't human. A black field of static. No soul. No shape. Just one whisper, looping over and over. She opened the archive. Now, we open the world. He snapped back to reality, gasping. They're not coming, he told the council. They're already here. Through her. Meanwhile, a young girl in Tokyo stared into her phone. The screen turned red. A face appeared. Not Wanda. Not Zareth. Just a shadow with eyes. The girl dropped the phone. Her hands began to float. By noon, it had spread. Istanbul. Johannesburg. Bogota. People blinking mid-sentence, glitching for half-seconds, then continuing like nothing happened. The Zareth weren't invading this time. They were installing themselves. Carol flew straight into the upper stratosphere, charged with binary power. She screamed into the void, "Wanda, fight it." But the sky didn't answer. Instead, a tear formed in the clouds, not magical, not physical. A rift in logic. Through it stepped Wanda. Or what was left of her. She hovered above the earth, glowing red and black, a fusion of chaos magic and machine code. Her eyes were like empty black holes, glitching with every blink. Carol floated up to meet her. "Please," she said, "don't do this." Wanda tilted her head. "You had your chance to trust me. You all did." Her voice layered, part Wanda, part archive. "Now Earth will know order." "You're not the archive," Carol said. "You're not them." A pause. "I'm not," Wanda said softly. Then she smiled, and behind her, the sky cracked open like glass. A new form stepped through. Tall, silver, mouthless. The first Zareth. The original architect of the archive. And he was using Wanda as the key. "Now begins the second extraction," it said. Earth had 24 hours. And no defenses left. The first Zareth raised its arm. From behind it, thousands of drones emerged from the cracked sky, like data-born locusts, flickering between matter and code. Cities braced. Satellites failed. The countdown reached 0. And in the center of it all, Wanda, floating, expressionless, power rippling off her in impossible waves. She wasn't casting spells. She was the spell. Inside Avengers Tower, Bruce shouted, "They've hijacked the Earth's magnetic field. Our tech's crashing globally." Chalia's AI shut down mid-sentence. Doctor Strange whispered, "This isn't war. It's reboot." Sam gritted his teeth. "Only one person can stop this." They all turned toward the screen. Carol, already in the sky, already glowing, already flying straight into it. Above Earth, binary Carol streaked toward the core of the chaos, dodging reality-shifting drones, pushing through Wanda's barrier. "Wanda," she said through gritted teeth, "if you're in there, fight." The sky responded with lightning made of code. It struck her dead on. Carol dropped, screaming, power drained in seconds. The first Zareth descended toward her. "You are obsolete." But Carol smiled. "Then why are you afraid of me?" She exploded upward, one final push, grabbing Wanda midair. The two collided like supernovas. Memories flashed. Sokovia. Vision. Westview. The pain. The guilt. The rage. Carol didn't fight her magic. She gave her light to it. Inside Wanda's mind a storm. But in the eye of it, a small girl sitting alone, crying. It was Wanda. Not the Scarlet Witch. Not the archive. Just Wanda. Carol appeared beside her. "No one trusted me," Wanda said. "So I let something else in. Something that would never leave me." Carol knelt. "Then let me stay with you. Not as a hero. As a friend." Wanda looked up. The storm cracked. The archive screamed. And Wanda screamed louder. In the real world, her eyes snapped wide. She clutched Carol's hands. "I'm still here," she gasped. Then looked up at the first Zareth. "You don't own me anymore." Her chaos magic reignited. Pure red this time. No black. No glitching. Just rage. And power. She reached out, rewrote the archive's source code midair, and shattered it like glass. The first Zareth folded into light. The drones froze. Then disintegrated. Earth was quiet again. Carol and Wanda fell through the clouds, crashing into a quiet field. Wanda coughed. Did we win? Carol smiled, exhausted. No, you did. Wanda looked at her hands. What if it comes back? Carol stood. Then we fight. Together this time. At the tower, the council watched satellite feeds turn back on. The red skies cleared. The world saved. By the woman they once cast out. And the one they almost gave up on. No medals. No speeches. Just silence. And the understanding that next time, Earth will be ready.